designed to keep you scrolling, swiping, stuck. But that's not life, that's not you. There must be more. More to feel, more to be, more to build. No rules, just action and infinite possibilities. Create, remix, own, build different. MultiversX.
Hi everyone, I'm Mihai. You may know me from Momentum Podcast and other shows that we have. Thanks for joining us live. Today we're shipping something we've wanted as builders, an open, fast playground built on top of a sovereign chain that runs a hybrid supernova. It's called MultiversX, and it's going to be available immediately after this stream ends. Just because most of what you'll see today would not exist without my colleague Andrei, someone who's been down for years for MultiversX, and actually he never really stepped in front of a camera. Andrei, please tell people how you joined Elrond, what you did MultiversX, and how did we land to Vibe?
Yeah. So it's not actually a really complicated story. I've just heard about you guys and I like it. So I've decided to mess with Lucian, and everything after is history. So yeah, it's been like 4 years now or something like this since I joined. And I first joined as a software developer in the web team. And currently, I think for the last half a year or so, I have joined forces with the developer relations team. Yeah.
Nice. Welcome to the team.
Thanks.
So the agenda for today, we are going to present a little the idea behind MultiversX. Afterwards, we are going to do a walkthrough through what MultiversX is and how easy actually it should be to deploy an app, a blockchain on blockchain. Afterwards, we will have a few guests joining us and vibe coding with us. And immediately after the vibe coding session, we will make the platform available for everyone. So rewinding back 6 months, I believe it was November, December, passkeys finally worked end-to-end on testnet and devnet. And Andrei disappeared one night and he showed up at a daily stand-up, looking wrecked, tired, zero sleep, I believe. And he said, "Hey guys, look, I vibe coded this MultiversX mobile app that solves some problems like the passkeys, social login problems, and so on." And we were like, "Andrei, what's MultiversX?" And this is actually before the January hackathon that we had.
I think it was X-Vibe.
Or X-Vibe, yeah. Exactly, yeah. And that's the moment when we started playing with Cursor, MCPs, ChatGPT, all kind of AI models, AI code-generated apps, and all kind of modular components. Andrei even recorded the video about how to vibe code the tic-tac-toe dApp from idea to a real app. So smart contract done by AI, backend done by AI, frontend done by AI. Great. Let's see how it works. It was actually. And you created the game, you joined the game, start, move, 48 seconds later, the transaction worked.
You needed to wait, basically.
Yes. And then we thought about, okay, we can launch MultiversX with passkeys and social connect. This is a different way how to build apps. And you can directly in 2 hours have an app with a backend and a smart contract running on the chain.
Right.
But what if we combine it with 1 second finality for the apps and for the games? Because actually for a game, you need speed, right? We agree that that was awesome. But then we needed a platform where to bring all those together. And Lucian, by the way, happy birthday to Lucian. He always mentioned MultiversX as a distributed computation machine. But for that, you need an operating system with a great operating experience. And if you want the billion people to join, they have to first understand it, and then to use it very fast and very easy. They have to feel it like coming natural to them. But then yet again, we have so many other ecosystems building and trying to find the right experience for everyone to join blockchains. And they are trying to find a new thing. Even us, we are there finding the new thing.
Absolutely.
And that's when it clicked. We said, hey, humans use computers for dozens of years. How? Well, it started like in the 80s with operating systems, the Macintosh, the Windows, and so on. And we thought, maybe that's where we are right now, like in the 80s. And that is where AI probably is now, even though it accelerates very fast. That is where blockchains are now. The entire experience, the entire fragmentation is there. And we said, let's try and fit all this world knowledge accumulated in the past dozens of years to an operating system. It should be simple as that. And we started doing it with good blockchain vibes.
Right.
and I think that's when it started. What was first?
The first version,
Yeah.
I think it was just like a simple operating system simulation where you can move icons on a desktop or something like this. So yeah, this was the first iteration, and it all started from there. We were bringing more and more features, and we were thinking about how to bring everything together with seamless onboarding and have a fun experience first.
Yeah, and initially it was like submitting your app and it should appear without any other component. And then we started adding everything, like, you know what, it would be cool to have this and that, and adding a lot of complexity and features to it, like chat, tipping, streaming, and everything. And then we said,
let's go back to the drawing board. Yeah.
Let's go back to the drawing board, exactly. Because adding everything like this, it would probably take us 2 years to launch.
Right.
So what is the minimum, most powerful, and the fastest way to onboard people to use, to experience ownership, real ownership on blockchain? And what is it about? And
so I would say that the platform that we've built, it's an aggregator of applications built by people. So I think that's the essence of what we are going to showcase today.
Maybe you can also share. And let's show the people what it is about.
It's easier to just show it.
Yeah.
So we've got a new website, vibox.ai, and it's booting, kind of like booting like an old computer system, operating system. And at first you are welcomed with 2 windows that you see right here. One is the Vibe FM, which I think we both liked this app, just giving a vibey feeling and have some music playing around. And the other one, it's the setup information. So what you need to get started. We have the Passport app right here that you need to install by scanning the QR code. Then we explain what else we have in here, like the App Store. You can find applications. You can open the App Store like any other app in an operating system. And next, we have a call to action for the people to come and join us and build applications, right? So this is our setup. As a guest user, you can go around and discover everything and interact with the operating system. You can also install the Vibe apps that other people did. So you can just install Snake. That's the only app that we have right now, but we will have more in a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's easy. Just install them and play them. Now, I think we might see what the passport app it's all about. So in order to log in into this operating system, because right now we are a guest user here, you will need to get your passport app. So how you do that, it's either by directly downloading the app, or you can try to log in with Google in the VibOX. And you will probably be prompted to download the app. And let me just do that. I will open my phone. I already have it installed, right? You can just scan this QR code. Then the steps are really easy. No seed phrase, nothing. You will just press and you log in just like that, using the passkeys technology that we've talked about, right?
Yep.
So the first thing in the app that you will see, it's connecting your account, your social account, like Google, right? So I will just do that really fast. And my app is linked right now. And then I can come back, refresh the page, and I will connect again.
I think what is very important for everyone to know here is that at this point in time, this platform works only on Chromium-based browsers.
Right. So as a guest user or as a user that wants to view applications, you might be able to use it on other platforms. But for the Vibe Studio that I will show you shortly, you will need Chrome. And we recommend to use Chrome for everything. It works best for now. So right now I have logged in with my Google account on the OS here, right? And I'm prompted to sign my intent. So it works exactly like a two-factor authentication.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let me just approve it on my phone. Right, so I have logged in right now. I have a Vibe address. And I also have some funds here. And the next thing, yeah.
Every new account which is created will receive a tiny amount of credits. Vibe credits
Right.
are called 0.5, so that you can move here and there into the platform itself.
Right. So everything is straightforward. And as I said, this is a platform for people to build applications. So that's why we have the Vibe Studio right here. So you will open this app and go ahead and select OpenAI and GPT-4.1, for example. You can use Mini or GPT-4.1. And we can start building our own application right here. Let's say I want to build maybe tic-tac-toe game. If I already vibed it once, I can do it twice and hopefully really fast.
Now, I believe again, very important for everyone is to understand that this is an operating system that runs on top of a blockchain, and the blockchain behind this VibOX is testnet for now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Testnet or devnet for now. So there are Vibe credits that you can use just to send transactions and do all kind of actions inside the platform. It's a sovereign chain that runs hybrid supernova, as I was mentioning in the beginning. So we have 0.6 second block times. It is not upgraded with Andromeda just yet. So we still have the confirmation block for finality. We are in the process of doing it. Probably it will take 1 week more. And what I want to say is that transactions on the VibOX will become even faster. What I believe is also very important for everyone, all the builders in our community, to understand is that this is a chance for them to test how applications will feel after Supernova is going to be live on the mainnet.
Right. So right now, the AI have already coded my game, but it's not running. I cannot see any preview. And let's just ask it to run it, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it runs it by itself, but now I'm not sure why. Maybe he's angry. Yeah.
For now, we for the Vibe Studio, by default, we've selected OpenAI with 2 models. But if you want to use Grok or some model from Anthropic or from Google, like Gemini 2.5, you can select it from here. All that you have to do is to come and add your API key, and then you can use it exactly how you would use Cursor or Windsurf or any other IDE where you build this kind of applications.
Exactly. So looks like everything went through. It installed the dependencies and run the application. And now I have a preview of the tic-tac-toe game. We can play it.
Nice.
Not really good at this, but yeah, it looks nice, right? So what we can do now is just go ahead and deploy it. So right now it goes to our cloud infrastructure and deploys the app that we have just built, right? And it's done.
Yeah.
And right now it's not in the store, right? So in order to get to the store, we need to publish it on our chain. So something went wrong here, but we can start again and reopen from history. No problem. All right. So the app is published, as we can see. So we can visit this URL and everything is here. Now let's get it into a store, right?
Yeah.
All right. It's really simple. We will publish on VibleX. This will create an app screenshot right now. In the terminal, you will see all the steps that the process is taking in order to publish your app to the store. So as you can see, I'm prompted to sign a transaction, and I already received a notification on my phone. And I will just sign that. This will basically create an NFT that will be attached to your account. Actually, the first transaction was creating the collection and then the NFT. And now it's creating the NFT. And once that is done, you're good to go and your app should be in the store already. So if I close this or minimize this, we can go to the store and it's all in here, right? So other users can just get this application that I have built and just play it, right?
Nice.
And that's not all. I think another really cool feature that we have, it's the remix. So this is an app, the Snake app that you did, and I can remix it. So if I press the remix button, I can just bring it into my IDE, into my history right here, right? So I'm remixing Mihai's Snake game. And right now I can preview it, I can deploy it, I can publish it, or I can enhance it wherever I want. So yeah.
Nice. But there was like another button there, like the share button.
The share button. Yes, you can share your apps. So you can do this in 3 ways. You can share it on Facebook, Twitter, or if you press this button, you will see that your link is copied to clipboard and you can share it wherever you want, right? So if anyone else accesses it, right, they will go to the OS and they will have the app opened and they can play it right away, even as a guest user, right? So they don't need an account to just view your Vibed app, which is cool. Yeah.
So just for everyone to understand, we have this demo for 2 minutes in order to demonstrate something that we can build very fast. But there's also...
And own.
And own it. Exactly. You have the NFT which demonstrates the fact that you are the owner of the app that you just created.
Let's check that. So we also have the system applications like the Explorer that we can install, and just go ahead and search for my account, and we can see like we already have an NFT right here, which is our app, right? So if I click this link and open it, it's my app here. So the app is attached to the NFT and I own it. I made this. This makes all other remixes trackable and see the source where they started at, right?
Nice. And there's also the possibility for builders to bring their apps, which probably are vibe coded in Cursor, or not vibe coded, but created, like coded by themselves with smart contracts and everything.
And also, it could be non-vibe coded, right? So it could be really complex applications with really complex infrastructure and smart contracts behind them. You can bring them in here by submitting your app. So you'll have to provide an app name, an app URL, so where it's running, maybe like something like MultiversX.com, and a short app description, and you're good to go. So the GitHub URL, it's like optional because you will not be able to remix these kind of apps.
Nice.
So, but if it's open source, you can provide your GitHub URL, and maybe other users can fork it and enhance it, and maybe publish a different version of your app by remixing it off OS, OX.
Yeah. There are a couple of other important products, like the wallet that people can use.
Of course, we have some system applications here, as I mentioned. Some of them you already seen, like the Vibe Store or the Vibe Studio. But yeah, we have the wallet as well. So once logged in, you can open the wallet. It's a really simplistic version of the wallet, like a fun version of the wallet. It's not something elaborated. But of course, you can just send good vibes to everyone if you want. So I will just send to me. Right.
Nice. So for everyone to understand, this is all running and will be available in maximum 30 minutes for everyone to use.
Something happened to my transaction.
I see that you have 0.4 credits right now. So if you are going to send, let's say, those credits to me, how can you earn new credits?
Right. So that's really fine. That's really fun thing to watch and fun thing to do to earn vibes, good vibes. So you can go ahead and you can see that your stream is offline. So your Vibe credit stream is offline, but you can activate it as far as you have a slot available here. And we can see that 9 of our colleagues already claimed some of the slots.
Yeah.
So it's as simple as sending a transaction. So by activating it, you will just sign a transaction and you are in, right? You're in.
Nice.
And the vibes, the good vibes keep coming. And we can even see that on Explorer. So what you see here rolling are actual transactions executed on blockchain, right?
So every increment there is actually a transaction which is happening on the chain.
We can see that happening right here, right?
Nice.
Every 0.56 seconds. And we can see the blocks.
So we have 10 people streaming now Vibe, so earning credits that they can use for building apps.
Yeah. As we can see, there are 10 transactions in every block, which is like 1%, 0.1% of the block space.
Nice, nice. Perfect. Now, having those said, I believe we can invite our guests and see what we can vibe together. I'll just
vibe or remix.
I'll just put this helmet here on the. It's not a real astronaut helmet, but it can look like.
Close enough.
Close enough. Yeah, exactly. And we can start vibing. Let's see.
Well, hello guys. Proud of you. This was pretty awesome. I have one more guest with me. My name is Lucas. This is the MultiversX launch stream. Thank you for joining us. And I have a community builder. We're going to mix it between the team and some others that are playing around really for the first time with this new product. So we'll see how much we can do. I think I will just be here watching and kind of trying to keep count of everything that's happening. You guys, please go ahead and share your screens, and then all of you guys can, I don't know if it's a race or whatever, but everybody by the end of this demonstration have something here. First, warm welcome to our friend Joachim from Gaba Labs. How are you doing?
Yeah. Good. Very hyped by the music, the presentation, everything. So looking forward to digging in and vibing,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what we can
Okay.
do here in a short period of time. I don't know whose screen I'm sharing first, but maybe all of you just give a little bit of commentary of what your plan is. Maybe do you guys have an idea of what you're going to code? I'll go with the team first, and then Joachim, if you already have an idea, let me know. But not another tic-tac-toe, clearly, Andre.
Right.
What's it going to be?
I don't know, maybe something like a Minesweeper.
My dad is obsessed
An
with that
operating
game still.
system needs a Minesweeper, right?
Yeah, any operating system has a Minesweeper, true.
We have
I'll,
Snake, Minesweeper, tic-tac-toe.
I'll try to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, and I just saw, I was looking at the apps and I saw that there is some actual real OG games in the library too. Is this a bit like you can make Doom run on everything? You've done it running on ViboX?
Oh, right. So yeah, we do have some classic games in there. It's just like an Easter egg, right?
Yeah. So I'll probably try to. Yeah, I'm going to try to build let's say minimal app that can allow people to connect using the MultiversX wallet and don't know, send the transaction from there. So it should be like a simple
Right.
front end.
Wish you luck.
the first utility project on the
Right.
ViboX. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this is the starting point. Maybe I'll go with Joachim's screen for starters. Very curious.
No pressure at all.
Exactly how a newbie will use this.
Well,
Reminder
from
for
my
everybody watching.
understanding,
Yeah, go for it.
I need to start vibing to actually earn a bit more. And so as you say, like I have the app on my phone and it's honestly very smooth, the transactions popping up, etc. So feels really good. And I see that I won't be able to sleep more than 4 hours now if I want to stream
You need to come back.
vibe constantly.
Exactly. So
so I guess I'll open the Vibe Studio. And we're just going to go for OpenAI's GPT 4.1. And what I'm going to code, I haven't decided yet. I'm torn. I was thinking maybe a guacamole could be a bit fun to start with something simple. But we'll see.
Okay, let's check in with Mihai here as you set that up. I'm bringing up Mihai's screen here. See if we can all see it.
In my case, for everyone who just wants to start from, let's start from a point, a minimum that works. There in the footer of the Vibe Studio, you have MultiversX frontend template from which you can start, and what actually happens is that the Vibe Studio starts bringing all the packages, the needed packages. Install them, and this may take a while. This is what is actually happening here right now.
I think we can see that in the Vibe OX terminal, that it's doing something like installing, right?
Yeah, it's also here. Like it's saying that it's npm installing. Yep. And here we can see the packages which are being brought.
Amazing. Joachim, how are you getting on there? Should we
Same, installing packages, and as soon as they are installed, I'll start prompting away.
I'll switch to, oh, look at that. We already have a version of the Minesweeper ready.
It Andre, was really fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just...
And it also has a time feature, which I didn't really ask for, but it's cool. I like it.
If it's that small, yeah, you got to time it. I think that's how the professionals do it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you to all of you, how much of this right now creates any transactions on the underlying chain? Like this is the creation of the app is connected to an NFT, which is connected to your account. So anytime anybody remixes it or something, this is traceable on chain. In this game itself, is there does it record the result or something on the chain? Is there anything like that? Is that easy to do? Is that something that you're still planning on doing?
Well, that's what Mihai is trying to do. We are a little bit limited in this direction at the moment, but we are planning in extending this blockchain features for Vibe coded apps. So the Vibe Studio will evolve in a really end-to-end tool that can do smart contracts and front ends and so on.
Yeah, exactly. So what we are going to do, and we already started the researching, is actually people should be able to compile and build Rust and Solidity smart contracts, deploy them to the chain, and afterwards build like any kind of functionality. And here we are just doing funny applications, so people can have fun in the VibeOX in the store, but you can actually come and build what application you want. Like if you want, you can come and deploy a DEX here.
Yeah, absolutely. you can deploy any apps, right?
Yeah, and the studio will evolve in this direction. And as I was mentioning before, for now it's GPT-4.1 and GPT-4.1 Mini, but we are also looking into extending this area. So for on that aspect, people can also come and give us feedback and suggestions. We have a contact form that they can use for that.
I can show the contact form. Actually, it's like an app. It's like a system app that you can install from the store, and you can get in touch. And it's not working. I will just restart it. It happens when you demo live, right?
So again, just to step back a little, it's very important for everyone to understand that we are going to build it in public.
Right.
This means that we will add features on the fly, like you can create audio or music, and then you can link it. Like let's say Andre is going to Vibe generate an audio, and then people can remix it, and you will see the connections between who started
and ownership.
Ownership, exactly. Who started the initial movement of that audio and how it continued. So what was the source of the respective inspiration? The same thing can be done with videos. The same thing can be done with applications, all kind of applications. So the more capable the AI model is and the studio is,
the studio itself,
exactly, the more you should be able to create. And for now, the amount of, let's say, involvement a developer, a programmer, a real developer needs, is close to minimum. But the studio will evolve in something that will
open the doors to everyone.
Exactly. Address both builders, like who never coded a line of code in their life, but also to real developers who want to go in every detail and change every line of code based on what they want to achieve.
Speaking of the lines of code, how far are you in your project here, Mihai? I just switched to your screen.
So I think I reached a very good point here. It's very important for builders to understand that at this point in time, when they want to interact with app which is generated for interactions with blockchain, the way how they have to interact and test it is by going into the deployment button and opening it in a separate window.
Yep.
And then
there are a lot of security considerations
Exactly.
which we are trying to address in order to have a better experience in the future in the studio. But at this point, this is how we can do it as a developer.
Exactly. So I just want to add a PAM. If Lucas, you are kind enough to switch the screen that you're sharing.
Oh yes, that's probably a good idea. 1 second. Here we go.
Thank you very much.
You should be more generous with your vibe here.
I'm really impressed with Joaquin's game. It looks cool, and
I did not see it.
yeah, it's nice.
How can you see it? I haven't seen it.
It's in the store. It's in the store.
It's already done.
No, I don't think
Right.
I've pushed it yet. No, I haven't pushed it yet. I'm still doing some changes.
Can we watch you?
Someone else did this then.
In a bit, I'm still setting up some stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
So I already connected, and this is actually the PAM that I used. Now I'm obviously connected to the DevNet, MultiversX, devnet.multiversx.com. We will add the template for connecting to VibeChain also immediately after this. So if you want to start with an application that connects to VibeChain, you click a button and it will automatically generate a template from a template for you, and you can build on top of it. If you want to do it for MultiversX, you just click a button for MultiversX, and it will bring you to this point.
Basically, having the app that you are building in the studio, you can change the configs to whatever network you want. So if you want to switch, you can at any step.
Yeah, what's the flexibility? So we have, obviously there's a few different, let's say, demographics that can use this, right? We have the people that have no coding experience at all that can jump into this, create their Vibe passport, get on the app, just type in a prompt and have a tic-tac-toe game that is connected to this blockchain in the background in about, I mean, we saw it, 3 minutes, right? You mentioned the people, the more advanced developers that can just bring their games, whether it's vibe coded somewhere else or whether it's a complex application that's been running somewhere else, DeFi, anything here. I think one aspect, I'm not sure if you mentioned it, that you guys mentioned to me before, it's also a great testing environment, I think, right? You mentioned the Supernova upgrade, and this is kind of mirroring what Supernova will feel like on mainnet come Q3. And so this is actually also an interesting testing environment for this. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So if you have an application which is already running on MultiversX,
right?
I will not say names now, but any application, be it a game or something else, you can come and deploy it exactly following the process that Andrei mentioned before, like submitting an app. Obviously, the API is available already, gateway is available already, so you can use it exactly how you are using the mainnet for it. And afterwards, just submit it with the front end, host it somewhere, and
join the Vibe store.
Exactly, join the Vibe store and share it from there with everyone who is using the VibeOX. People will just have to open it and then interact with your application at supernova speeds.
Right, exactly. So it is a good environment for the well-established developers as well to test their applications and have a glimpse in the next upcoming release of the Supernova, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very
it's a fun way to do it. Yeah.
I have one more guest to bring on here. Somebody who's had also quite a stake in this coming live, pushing a lot in the background, and I think just touched down in New York City. There might be some fun stuff happening there as well. But first of all, Benjamin, how are you?
Gentlemen, sirs, it's a really fucking awesome day. I mean, to see this release live, I should be here, the one just that tunes up the volume on the energy. It's crazy to have this update. And just to translate what has happened here, everyone that has maybe been on the sideline up until this point can now, for the first time, just jump in and build something. That in itself is absolutely extraordinary. What the guys are putting out here is a translation from the gigabrains to every person that maybe is in the ecosystem, but even more than that, expanding the market to all the people that have wanted to build something for a long time, but always had excuses. Excuses that it's too hard, too difficult, and all the other excuses. Well, today you don't have any excuses anymore. So it's really, really awesome to have this out and to have it out in a completely new way. As they shared, it's just a step of building an awesome product in public, sharing it with you, taking you in the water and inviting both the internal community, but even external people that have not built on the blockchain at any point in time up until this point, to just join, do some cool stuff, build it, share it with their friends, and move forward. Now, this in itself, you could stop there, drop the mic, and we can call it a good day for science. Awesome effort from the guys, and it's great that it's live. I'm sure that the people will just want to jump in and test it out and so on. I see Joachim definitely feels like he's cooking something there. Definitely feels hope he's coming up with a good app. Quite curious to take a look. But maybe the cherry on top, I'll just state, you can now experience also Supernova for the first time. Look, we were talking that Supernova is coming in some time. Now you can take this, play with it, and you can get to experience instant transactions, interactions, and so on. As Mihai said, there's still some upgrades that will happen under the hood in many ways. But I'll just simplify the big things. One, everyone can become a builder today, not in the future. This is the moment. No more excuses accepted. And second, you can test the rocket engine, the new rocket engine that we've been building, and get a glimpse of how this moves and how it feels. And for the builders, I'm sure they'll just go crazy with what you can do with this. This is the first step. There's many steps, but the really exceptional first step that opens up this conversation. Stopping a bit right here and curious who is still alive after cooking there.
Yeah, I wanna see Joachim. Can we switch to you? Do you have any updates to share? I think I muted you to get a little bit of the ferocious typing out of the stream sound.
Yeah, no, I'm still trying to get it to work. I'm struggling a bit with the preview, but I'm sure I'll be able to show something shortly.
Okay.
Also, I'm a bad example of MultiversX. I'm not a big React user, so I'm like trying to read at the same time. But it is very fun. I'm having a blast.
I think one thing that I want to kind of talk about that Benjamin mentioned there is there were a few different considerations on how to launch this new thing, right? Because there is this new product that's ready and it's kind of market ready in a way that is pretty remarkable. I think now the things it can already do. But there are also some things that can still be done with it, and developing this in front of the eyes of the public, I think, is an extremely interesting experiment. I think something, correct me if I'm wrong, that MBX hasn't done yet. So maybe both Mihai and Benjamin can share some thoughts on sort of the reasoning behind that. Maybe Benjamin, you go first, and then Mihai can add a little bit on like this particular experiment and why it's set up the way it's set up.
So I'll just mention that this is a step where we're tapping into a completely different user demographic, a completely different audience. And this is not done for the same people that we had in the space. We feel very strongly that most of the things are just done for the same 5 people. Everyone imports the same 5 builders, gets them into the next ecosystem, and so on. What we are doing with this step is essentially open up the door where code doesn't matter anymore. You can speak English, as outrageous as this sounds. Code is not the bottleneck, it's not the limitation anymore. And you just jump in, and just as the guys are doing right now, you can play with it, you can vibe, you can see an application in real time. And I feel that is magic for people. And so I'm sure Mihai will add some points on this, but this idea that now people that could not do code, that have not studied programming and so on, can jump into it as they would jump into testing an instrument, playing a song, sharing it a bit with their friends. That's a completely different experience. And this is what's uniquely different here, that we're not only launching this as a vibe experiment, we're already doing it ourselves. You can see it in real time. You'll see some things will backfire and so on, but this is the way to do it.
Yeah, I think very important to mention here is that not everything, so more than half of what you see has been vibe coded.
Right.
So
More than half, yeah.
yeah, so people just have to understand the complexity of things that you can build with the actual modern creation act. And the modern creation is about having a vibe, as we were mentioning in the beginning. So we had this idea how to do it, and then we were helped by the technology to bring it to life.
Yeah, and it gives you like superpowers, right? So you make things that you didn't think they are possible, especially in a short period of time.
Exactly. That's the time to market decreased.
Shortens, yeah.
Exactly, decreased a lot with the AI and what it can do. So AI changed everything. What once asked for technical knowledge now just asks, what do you want to build? And even though the models nowadays are not exactly at that level where they can build everything or anything, with the right knowledge that you may still have as a programmer, you can build, let's say, more than half of it, 80% of it, in very short period of time. The tools got better, but I believe that for bringing AI, blockchain, and creation together, there's still nothing yet up until this point with ViboX. And again, I mentioned a couple of times during the stream, the podcast, this is going to be built in public. So this is just a disclaimer. It will probably break. It will probably have some moments when we update, we come with new features and things for you to experiment and build faster and better. But this will happen on a very fast path. It will not take years or months for an update. We already created a separate Twitter account for this because it will be probably full with updates on what is going to be added.
Frequent, yeah.
Exactly.
Frequently.
So this is going to get better and is very important, and we expect everyone to participate with suggestions, improvement, because us as the majority, we have a great power to build a killer platform or a killer app together.
And I want to double click on that because there's two things that are significant. I think you guys mentioned it in so many ways, which is one, this is an app that's reaching out to a different audience, right? This is something that doesn't really exist in the space. It is the connection of ownership with vibe coding, which isn't quite there yet. And it also marks this moment where MVX and I think we've seen this in the past 2 weeks or so, right, is trying or I don't know, forging a new path, which is doing a lot of things at the same time. I think we were here exactly 8 days ago, launching the biggest upgrade since mainnet launch. Now we're here 8 days later, and yesterday MVX announced the Bernard upgrade, which is, I think, going into governance on Monday. So the pace right now that is being set is insane. And I think it's also something where, again, this connection, like a new product, new launches, but then also reaching out to new communities is very significant in the way, and very intentional. And maybe Benjamin, out there in New York City, you can speak on this point a little bit more in terms of the strategic direction that this also marks.
Look, I think that whoever doesn't see the signal right now will not see it ever. The fact that the biggest upgrade since Genesis is live, and then a few days after that, we have another really big upgrade that is announced and going full speed. And then one day after that, we're showcasing a completely new product that steps into a new market, makes it simple and magical for people to build. That is how things change, how fast things change. Now, if we zoom back for a second, I remember that I've done a few of the conversations internally where I've said repeatedly that it's not enough for us to discuss, let's say for me to discuss about AI and how cool it is and so on, unless we make it a mandatory experience and then a cool experience internally for everyone to play, then we'll not see the fruits. Once we make this play exciting, interesting, and so on, next thing you know, you'll want to do this every day. Everything you see right now that is written by code, people writing code as they do right now, will very likely disappear in the next 6 to 12 months. Even the hardcore, very advanced thing, as it is done right now, will very likely not exist. Now, this is a statement that is very charged, very difficult to accept, especially when someone does extremely hardcore things that maybe a few people in the world understand. But once you embrace this and look at what has been built, what is here today, then you understand that there's a few things that are crucial about this product. One, number of devs do not matter anymore as they did. Number of builders is a completely new category that puts simple people that maybe used to just sit and scroll and watch what others people build. But now they can jump in the water immediately, have some fun, share it with their friends, and build that. That's one. Second, the time to market is absolutely extraordinary. To take an idea from months to days or maybe minutes to see a kind of first experience, that's something that is so mind-blowing that it takes some time to realize. Once you start playing with it, that's how you understand the true implication of this. And this is the invitation. You should not just take the word and get excited. You should get excited and jump in the water. Play with this, share your ideas and so on. This is the invitation of the moment. And I think we'll see this embedded in everything, whether it's audio, video, whatever else. But the fact that it exists now in blockchain and it makes your life so simple, that's the invitation to start playing with it and give the guys a run for their money in the competition to create the simplest, coolest, nicest app.
Yeah, well put. I as we're probably nearing the completion of some of these Vibe apps, want to take a look around the screens here. Joachim, it's your time to shine. Here's your screen. Tell us what you did.
So here we go. We got a very basic guacamole that I'll probably spend a few times after the stream to improving. but I did want to have an Adrian's as an image, so I want to get the IPFS link, and the point is just to walk as many Adrians as you can, so you can have this high score in 30 seconds. And yeah, it's honestly like it's just been a few prompts, and you already have something working that you can improve to your taste. So it is a lot of fun, and I'm taking this way too seriously.
That's a good
There
sign.
we
That's
go.
a good sign of
At
play.
least over more than one per second. We'll take that.
Mihai, is your computer still alive? Can you show us a result of your
It's 1%.
1%? I don't see the screen share at the moment.
Yeah,
So
just
if you can do
because
that. Once you do that, you'll die.
Mihai, don't show the blue screen.
Oh no!
The Windows
black.
blue screen. Windows 95 blue screen.
yeah, actually this is a fun fact. We've put the date in the ViboX 1993, and we will try to catch up with updates on the operating system up to 2025.
Coming to the future.
Coming to the future, exactly. So we will upgrade the operating system continuously. Yeah, it's
dead.
Andre, you've already
Yeah.
done your minesweeping. So I think
Yeah.
we've seen. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yes, I said yes. It's done. It's in the store.
So everybody, once this stream ends, which will be in a few minutes, is actually invited. The website will be live. You can vibe code your own things. I think we'll just take a last moment, maybe just a quick takeaway from everybody. I will start with Joachim, then pass it to the building team, and we'll end on Benjamin. What are sort of your takeaways? How do you plan on using this? What do you think this product is really bringing to the ecosystem, and yeah, just share some thoughts on what you might be excited about for the future. Joachim.
Well, I think this shows the possibilities of both sovereign chains and Supernova. That like we're extreme. I think everyone is very excited about Supernova. We were having a call a couple days, and we were like, we can't wait for Supernova to have this instantaneous, like the classic Web 2 interaction, right? You click something, it has happened, it's final, and it's stored safely on the blockchain. So that is a big way of being able to test and being able to play around. And as you said, being able to vibe code it and make the possibility to create stuff that interacts with the chain so easily accessible is a massive milestone for adoption.
And I'll pass it to Mihai and Andre at the headquarters in Sibiu.
I'm just thinking about all the entire roadmap that we have ahead of us.
It's a big roadmap.
Yeah.
And a lot of ideas.
And I believe that indeed this is the way to create the worldwide computation machine. Imagine that now you have on a computer a few physical CPUs which are running in parallel, but for blockchain you have some nodes. So a couple of machines that are running decentralized all over the world. Now, imagine how easy it is now for everyone to join, even from their mobile phones, because you can use ViboX also from the mobile phone and generate apps, publish them, own them there, interact with them in a way how you are interacting with a computer. But the power behind the entire platform is actually a blockchain. So you have a decentralized network, thousands in the case of MultiversX, but in our case it's only 4 machines. for machines
now.
for now that are running in parallel. And this actually brings us to the very fundamentals of what internet was planned to be initially. So you own what you create, you own what you do, and this is also a way for companies, enterprises, to think about how they can interact with a blockchain by having a simple operating system.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's easy as running a Windows, but for managing supply chain management and all kind of processes that can be brought on the blockchain, you just have to enter the platform, open an app, and interact with it how you are doing with a normal computer, and it's blazing fast.
Absolutely.
Sub-second fast. I believe that the future, with the improvements that AI will bring and speed with which developers can create real apps, will just improve, and we will have a very interesting period of time ahead of us.
I'm really curious about what will happen after this session. So I'm really curious how the users will interact with the Vibe Studio and what they will create. So probably it will be a sleepless night just watching what's happening. So,
True.
Looking forward to that.
Amazing. Benjamin, bring us home with your thoughts.
I feel we're at the point where, with the upgrades that are coming, I've said this before and I'll restate it. Supernova will make things feel sci-fi. Instantly, you'll have responses across everything you're building. With the one-shot finality and Supernova, you won't care about anything. You'll just experience the transactions, the smart contracts, the benefits, and you'll simply love it. Cannot wait to see that. Now, with the VibeOX app, the building experience becomes magical. We're at the point where a lot of the underlying infrastructure will feel sci-fi, and the apps, the experience will feel magical. I feel that's the point where you run out of excuses. You simply want to jump in and test this app and see a bit where it goes, see what you can come up with. And I feel the curiosity that Andre was mentioning, that's the thing that will start to lean much more into. This in the hands of kids, this app in the hands of university students, this app in the hands of just average people wherever they may be in the world. That's what gets our imagination going right now. So what will this do for MultiversX? I'm not sure, but I feel this is definitely the most exciting point we've been at and could not wait to push even harder on these milestones. But the fact that it's today, not in the future, today, and it's live, and the guys have shown this to you, is just the simplest, coolest invitation to jump in the water and become a builder. There's nothing as cool and exciting as becoming a builder. And now it's also super simple and easy. You just have to do it. No excuses.
No excuses, indeed. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Congratulations on your first, I don't know, vibe-coded Web3 apps that are now live on vibeox.ai. That website will be live very, very shortly. Thank you so much for the hard work you guys put in, Andre, Mihai, sleepless nights for a few weeks, I think, to get this started. Thank you so much for doing all of this. Thank you for joining us in this moment. We very much hope that you will join us also in creating some cool new things that nobody's ever thought of in the Play Store and the App Store, that we in the Vibe Store. My bad. Need to get used to the new vernacular here. And yeah, looking forward to everything that's about to come there. Thank you so much for joining. There will be a lot more coming up. This will be built in public. There is an account associated with this project. As it's being built, you can follow it with updates every day. There's a lot more planned that you'll see unfolding in the next few days even. So very much looking forward to following all of that with you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Let's vibe some and see y'all soon.
Let's fucking go, guys.
Thank you very
Just
much.
do it.
Go.
Just
Bye.
do it.
Bye-bye.
Cheers all.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
The website will be live in a sec. Bye bye.